Could Tyler Reddick in Michael Jordan's 45 Toyota win a record third straight race to open the season, or does Shane van Gisbergen tie the record with his sixth straight road course victory? It's been a great start to the season. This race today hopes to bring much more of the same here in Austin.
Green flag. Three wide at the front. Chase Briscoe swung really wide in turn one, but all that did was just clear him the lane. He's your leader.
Yeah, well, there's not a better sight, but here's the section that gets really tricky to run side by side. You see one car right there in the back wants to get around that pylon. That looks like AJ Allmendinger right there. If you miss the racetrack, the penalty is not worth it.
Oh, wheel lock up.
And that was actually Ty Dillon in the 10.
Dive down to the inside for William Byron. Takes him three wide. With Hocevar and Allmendinger.
Look at that crossover move. Gained me a couple right there.
Well, and he wants to get going, and you see a battle for the lead right here between Chase Briscoe and Tyler Reddick. You can run outside anywhere you want in these sections of the racetrack. There are no limits on the track other than in the S's.
And Tyler's going to push hard to try to gain that track position, that clean air that he gave up at the top of the hill. Him and Chastain got high, opened the door up for Briscoe to thank you very much. Drive right around him on the bottom. We see that a lot up there.
Here comes Chastain to the inside. He wants second in turn 20.
And we're seeing all these guys be really aggressive right now, trying to make passes while the cars are all bunched together before they get strung out. And talk about Ross Chastain right here. He's a previous winner. We know that he can get the job done here at COTA.
How's your car?
Yeah, it feels pretty but everyone looks kind of go where we go.
Well, they've been able to drive away from Ross Chastain by 2.3 seconds, while the lap times from the start of the race to now have fallen off, about a second and a half.
See Ryan Blaney looking to the inside right here. Another late move.
Just you and him.
And again, you can just see how much better that car is turning. I think he's finally, if he holds on right here, he's going to have the upper hand in the next corner. There it is.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, Briscoe knows how much better he is and gave him plenty of room to be able to finish that pass.
Clear,
and
clear by one, clear by two.
maybe you can learn something while you can still see him.
Better learn quick.
So Blaney goes to the lead for Ford. Briscoe's Toyota second. Chastain's Chevrolet is third. A little further back, Shane van Gisbergen has climbed to sixth right now, and he has the Xfinity fastest lap of the race, which was pretty much a given going in.
And I think for him, he knows the chatter about this racetrack and where he qualified. And when you're on top of the game and you're expected to be the best, it motivates you when people think that this is the week. As you see a late dive right there, and those are the types of things that he's so creative with in making happen at the last second that will surprise people.
Now, I like what Michael McDowell did right there. He gave Van Gisbergen the corner. That's a veteran road racer move. Get him to pass you where it's not going to hurt your lap time or his. None of the rest of the top 10 came in, and pits are now closed with the new leader, Ross Chastain, going past start-finish with 2 to go in the stage. Turn 20 and headed for the green and white checkered flag. Ross Chastain is going to get his fourth stage win on a road course. Now, the first 15 cars made their pit stop prior to the end of the stage. From 16th on back, everybody stopped at the end of the stage. Prix and Herbst too fast exiting the pits under penalty. And the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone sends them back to green.
Here we go.
Briscoe way down the inside. How's that going to work out?
Well, and you got to be careful down on that very far inside because it can be really rough.
One around.
Zilisch is around.
Bracket behind you. Keep taking 3 wide middle.
High risk corner, turn 1.
Yeah, and from the first start, we saw the intensity pick up right off the bat right there with those guys in the second stage going into turn 1.
Well, puts that talented 19-year-old at the back and with flat spotted tires to start stage 2. Regan.
Well, Mike, as you saw the 45 just go by the screen a moment ago right there, problems for Tyler Reddick, left rear tire. He feels like it's loose. They may have to pit this time. Asked the team, what do you want me to do? They said, come this time if you have to.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Can't tell who that is that got in the back of him. Blue car.
SVG, he had to go all the way through the grass.
Suarez. It was Suarez. 7 got in the back of him. That's a bummer. Come a long way. Yeah, you see Suarez moving to the inside over here.
Wow.
Oh, he clipped him trying to get to the inside of him, didn't he?
Yeah, he just misjudged the front bumper right there.
All right, Tyler Reddick is your leader after a bit of a scare for what he thought might be a loose wheel. Here's his radio.
Getting better. It looks like it is locked either way, so if there is a looseness, it should stay consistent. It should. Best we can tell in pictures, the D10s look locked where it is at a minimum.
And here's the leader on pit road. Spin for Josh Berry. Gets going again. Briscoe in the pit lane as well. So is Michael McDowell. Regan.
Well, Mike, there you see the 45 of Tyler Reddick hitting his pit stall. It's pit stall number 1 that he has. What every crew chief wants to hear from the driver, Tyler said the balance is good. Don't change a thing. Only thing he's asking for is a water bottle. That's all he wants.
More than a dozen cars in the pit lane here.
Shane van Gisbergen in the number 97 having a great run back up through the field after, of course, pitting there on that last stage break. Right now, he's told the team that the car is much better this time, just giving up a little bit too much with the right front. That's the corner he's most concerned about right now.
So 9 drivers have not stopped. As Blaney exits the pit lane. Coming toward the end of this stage.
Yeah, so you're right there. Reddick way in front of these guys. So it kind of confused me a little bit there because Reddick actually pitted a lap sooner than the pit's closing right there. So that threw me off a little bit. But those guys came in to keep themselves in position. But it worked out really well for Tyler Reddick to be able to keep the lead.
Now look on the pylon at those drivers with laps since last pit over 20. They are the ones that are going to run this stage out, get the stage points, and then get ready.
And just
for
to correct
stage 3.
that's going to put Tyler Reddick in the lead after this stage ends and all these guys pit. Right now, Ty Gibbs is the leader coming to the end of stage 2.
Ty Gibbs will get his first stage win on a road course in the NASCAR Cup Series. Reddick and Blaney, Toyota and Ford on the front row. Byron van Gisbergen, 2 Chevys in row 2, out of turn 20, and here we go. Headed up the hill for Chaos Corner.
Got him 4 wide.
Nice, clean restart.
Well, we've seen Chase Briscoe do exactly what he's done on every restart so far, and that's be aggressive. He put him 4 wide, got himself back up into 3rd. Can he hang on this time when the tires start to fall off?
Kyle Busch trying to muscle and move up a bit. He led the most laps here last year. He's in that mix. Van Gisbergen inside of Byron for 4th.
Yeah, and Ben SVG wants to make this pass as quick as he can. 4 wide.
Look out. McDowell got aggressive there. Elbows up. He's not done. Trying to get the position on him.
And doing it the hard way around the outside. Michael McDowell.
Yes. Well, that's always setting you up for the next corner, which is this one. That's how you get it. That was a real aggressive move to get those 2 drivers. They'll remember that.
Chastain, Zilisch, Larson, Bell. All battling for position.
I tell you
37
what,
to go.
We get a caution. That 88 car of Connor Zilisch is fast. And he could be in contention to run with these guys up front.
Has been all day. He's just been knocked around. He got up there, got spun out. He gets back in the back. He's been beat up. 35 was leaning on him a couple times, but you're right. very fast race car.
Christopher Bell moving up the inside on Kyle Larson, who crosses over and gets to his inside. Here we go.
Still there. Clear.
And Bell emerges.
Yeah, I don't know if there was something that Kyle didn't like about the way that Bell passed him to try to throw that thing back in there.
Those two have been like a magnet to one another all race. They've been beating and banging on each other. Can't get away from one another.
37 drivers started, all still running, all on the lead lap. And the only cautions we've had have been for the stage breaks.
Still by 1, by 2.
Zilisch 7th, Chastain 8th after leading 4 laps and winning a stage.
They're still going at it back here.
Yeah.
Larson and Bell. Oh.
And here comes Kyle Busch looking at Larson's inside. He wants a piece of this.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Kyle Busch all day, but Bell just moved the 5 car back out of the way.
Oh, you got Kyle Busch right there looking to pounce, and Austin Cindric and Ryan Prix.
Well, I mean, when you race like this and you're throwing haymakers at each other, that just drags everybody else into the race.
Yeah, look in front of them. Nobody.
Side by side again. And Busch to the inside looking to capitalize. And he gets Bell. Here's the 19 radio. Briscoe.
Can't get it out of gear. What you struggle with? Only the lifter tire spinning.
Oh no, that's the car that I said was slow on the front straight. Chase Briscoe. Only one tire spinning.
Tough break for Briscoe, who led the first 8 laps of this race.
Yeah, and he had a solid day. Great start to the race, kind of faded a little bit, but now he's got big problems.
And he will come to pit road. All right, they're both in. The 2 leaders are on pit road. Jamie.
Remember, for Ryan Blaney, thought he might have had an issue with the right front. That team's going to take a look at it. They already making the air pressure adjustment. That was done a few minutes ago. A 4-tire stop. That is it. Regan.
As soon as we aired the radio of Ryan Blaney's team telling him to hit pit road, the 45 team and Billy Scott, crew chief Billy Scott, got on the radio immediately and said, pit, pit, pit. Originally, they were going to go another lap or 2, but they wanted to offset what the 12 car did. As far as the car, he has been silent all day long. Tyler Happy.
All right, who's going to beat who up pit road? It's going to be even. Wow.
Yeah, they had a little bit of trouble, it looked like, on the right front of Tyler Reddick's car. But if you're Blaney, you want to make this happen quick because you're better than him at the beginning of these runs the last couple times. And did Tyler Reddick's team make any adjustments to that car to make it take off any better, Clint?
And you see the 20 car, Christopher Bell, right behind him. That was the one that short pitted him. Larry?
7 laps to go.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that the 20 car, Adam Stevens, I think they're going to 2-stop this final stage. They ran 12 laps. They pitted lap 62. Possibly will be coming again about lap 74, 75. I think they're doing something totally different.
21 laps to go. Ross Chastain has come undone. He makes it somehow to pit road. After a big slide through the gravel and no right rear wheel. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you can see where it was loose right there, but this puts everybody in an interesting spot. Not what Michael McDowell really wanted to see. If he was going to get this caution, he wanted it to be later, but he is going to have some guys possibly pit middle of this field that short pitted. But I'd say all those guys up front, they're pretty much set.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, you got 35 drivers on the lead lap. We're going to probably go back racing with just under 20 laps to go. But you're right, middle of the field on back, they're going to come get 4 fresh tires. This is not what McDowell wanted.
First caution of the day. This is a well-needed break for some of these drivers, I'm telling you.
All right, we got some breaking stories, and Jamie's got a whopper here.
Well, I certainly do, Mike. I've been listening to Alex Bowman, and he's been saying he is sick all race long. He finally just pulled it in. And at the same time, that man right there, Myatt Snyder, is my pit spotter. He's been helping me today. Chad Knaus came up to him and me and said, is it okay if Myatt gets in this race car? And I said, absolutely. So here we are. So Alex is out of the car. Myatt now, he races in the O'Reilly Series. He's going to get in Alex Bowman's car and try to salvage some points. Strange turn of events here.
Yeah, because the only driver who's out of the race is Chase Briscoe. And here's Bowman's radio from earlier.
We'll run as long as we can. Your call on you. Don't do anything permanent damage yourself, whatever you got going on here. Yeah, I'm pretty well here, buddy. Buddy, I don't know I'm going to make it. Blake told you a few laps ago, it's your call. It is your call.
So Bowman out, Myatt Snyder in. The man in the white shirt's David Green, a former Busch Series champ who is pretty much NASCAR's safety official in the garage. So NASCAR would have to approve of the driver swap and then supervise this to make sure that all the safety equipment and everything is in place and fitted properly to allow him to get back out on track. And coming to 17 laps to go, this restart and turn one could decide it all.
Oh, it's going to get rowdy.
Back to Green. Van Gisbergen looking really low. And Reddick covers the bottom. Two cars spin.
Oh.
Zane Smith has spun. And Connor Zilisch.
Again. How about this? There he is. So they got him past for second.
Tyler Reddick trying to drive away from Van Gisbergen with Blaney now third.
Van Gisbergen's strong suit all race long. Kevin's been at the end of these runs, on long runs, managing these tires. Well, here he comes.
And you can see right now he has given that thing all that it's got, using every piece of the racetrack, entering, middle, exit. He knows that he needs to get it done as quick as possible.
And if you look here, you can see Zilisch on the outside, and all of a sudden the dive bombs start coming, but it's actually the 11 gets in the 24, into the 2, into the 38, and then into the 88 is exactly what happened. But that's a product of being on that outside. You can see he's way out here, but watch the 11 get into the 24, turns him right into Cindric, into Zane Smith, boom. Yeah. There he is finally. Man, that's an unfortunate thing. That's a really good car. Drove all the way back up through the field and gets wiped out again at the top of the hill.
Now we're riding with Zane Smith. He was the fourth of 5 cars to the right of the initial contact. Attaboy. Oh, little bumper tag there. Oh, no! Kyle Busch got into Jesse Love, who got into Chris Buescher, who got off track at turn 20, but continues.
Well, we can go back and find that replay, but this is exactly the situation where Kyle Busch is frustrated because Jesse Love, his teammate, is running in front of him, and Jesse Love went down to block him, and Kyle didn't like it and shoved him up out of the groove, which spun the other car out.
Bell to the inside on Blaney, who has to give him room.
Yeah, and that's going to put him on the outside through this whole section. He's going to try to shoot back underneath Blaney right here. There he does.
Little contact.
These tires are going to mean something. There's a lot of racing left coming to 10 to go.
So you're right. Long ways to go still. He's there this time. Well, he's closer.
He gets right to him. I'm going to tell you, that engine under the hood of that 45's got some steam in it. I've watched him all day long, and it makes some straightaway handling.
That 45, yes, that thing really handles down the straightaway.
Absolutely.
I know just what you mean.
Just have no speed, sorry. It's just got no grip in comparison.
I think Van Gisbergen's run out of grip.
I think he said no speed, no grip in comparison to Reddick, and the windshield dyno's backing that up.
And that's kind of been the complaint that he's had all day, is just that lateral grip. As we look back through the field at the Hendrick cars, they definitely haven't had the type of day that we've seen them have on some of the road courses in some of the years of domination that they've had, but solid day for all of them.
I put that on that team. Billy Scott and company, Tyler Reddick driving that thing, got up on the wheel, put the thing on the pole, got to clean air track position that he's had all race long, and has made everybody try to go through him, and they can't do it.
Yeah, you see Blaney struggling right there with the back of the car.
And the worse he gets mired back in traffic, I've seen wheel lockups and stuff like that, frustration setting in. It's too bad. They've had a fantastic weekend.
So Larson moves up to 6th.
White flag, no pressure out back.
Tyler Reddick brings it to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
So impressive. So a lot of things in this race that's impressed me. Obviously, Billy Scott. Kevin, you and I have worked with him before. I think a lot of him. Smart man.
And they give him all the resources that he needs. You think about Michael Jordan. You think about Denny Hamlin, Billy Scott. All these guys, those are the same names that we've been saying for several years now. And when you have that continuity as a group, and you go through a year of not having the success that you want, and you can have those hard conversations and things that they have.
Hocevar, front straightaway, slides from turn 20, halfway up the straightaway and into the wall.
Watch for the caution. He's getting it
he can back it away, and he's going to get going. Whew, we're going to stay green. Hocevar was 31st. Got off in that dirt at the end of the exit off of turn 20. And the car spun on him. Okay, Hart, restart.
Yeah.
Let's finish this off.
They wouldn't have minded it coming out now if you're Billy Scott and Michael Jordan. Believe it or not, I can't believe he's going to have to stay, Kevin. Cannot miss a race now.
Guess we'll see him in Phoenix.
Well, they said this could not be done. Winning the first 3 races of a NASCAR season. No one has ever done it. Not since 1949. It happens today. Three-peat for Tyler Reddick. 23-11 in Toyota.
Okay, guys. Great work. Bo, Darrell.
Shane van Gisbergen second. Christopher Bell, Michael McDowell, Kyle Larson.
Wow.
Elliott by inches over Blaney for 7th. Allmendinger 9th, and Denny Hamlin gets his first top 10 at COTA.
Michael Jordan is out of breath. That's 3 weeks in a row. 77-year history of NASCAR, Michael. This has never been done. What can you say about the domination by your team today?
It's time for change. Time for change, and the guys feel the same thing. And you know, Tyler came in with most pressure. I guess everybody expected him, or he had a chance to win 3 in a row. That's the hardest one to win, you know. And he kept to his strategy, and man, the guys put together a great car, man. And I think Billy did an unbelievable job in calling the game, calling the race, and Tyler did a good job. He beat some good competition. I mean, when you see SVG coming back there, you get a little nervous, but I think he had him covered pretty much the whole day.
Michael, the records, the wins, the trophies, what does this all mean to you as a team owner here in this sport?
Well, I'm proud of the team that we put together. I mean, Denny, I'm pretty sure it's the same way. He feels the same way as I do. And I think a lot of credit goes to him because I think he's the mastermind behind finding Tyler and putting together, you know, Billy Scott and all that. Look, I just put up the money. I'm just a competitor. But I think Denny's done an unbelievable job in terms of helping build this team. And I think the team has done a good job in just taking our leadership and going out and winning. That's what it's about, winning.
So we're going to see you in Phoenix?
I'll be in Phoenix. I'll be in Phoenix.
How about that?